Okay, so we're doing a reading right now on a requested topic that I got today. It seems like a little bit of an extension. I got to put my little crystal guy over here. There's my other one, kyanite and citrine. Pretty cool. Anyway, so the reading we're doing, it seems like a spiritual extension of the reading that I did a couple weeks ago about the Great Reset. But basically, the question that was proposed to me today was, what will the world look like that is being left to our children, right? So the little kids today, what is the world going to look like when they're adults? So, as I was shuffling the cards, I kept seeing the faces of all the kids. Like, there's this coffee shop I go to, and there's a bunch of kids there, and a bunch of my friends have these kids, and they're kind of all in the same age, between, well, I guess between like 3 and 12 or whatever. But this group, that generation, what is the world going to look like for them? What are we leaving them? So, the root card is the Chariot. And the Chariot is about goal-oriented movement. It's specifically about having a goal and moving toward it. So I guess the Chariot would show maybe singular focus. So the world would have a very specific purpose and kind of like this tunnel vision and just be moving toward that. Let's see if I can do anything about the color on this. Does that help? Maybe a little. I really have to get this lighting figured out here. Okay, the devil. So this also speaks of singular focus. So the devil is obsession and possession. The devil isn't necessarily an evil card, right? It just shows the energy for sure that gets things done, but it's about obsession. So we've got the Chariot and the devil. So this looks like basically a world where people are given like an obsessive task. Let's just see what the devil is like fiending over here. And we get the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is about competition. It is strife and chaos. I'm going to take a closer look at this card just to see what is popping out here. And I mean, honestly, this kind of just looks like dickishness. What really stuck out to me is these two, like this one's on the ground and this one's above them, has the advantage and is about to club them in the face. So this honestly seems like dickish competition and kind of like meanness. Meanness, is meanness even a word? Okay, so we got this here. Now, let's just see what's behind the devil, what leads up to this. Huh. So we get the sticks again. So the Two of Wands is creative solutions to old problems. Now, honestly, this is seeming a little more to me now that we have this like planting card and like creative solutions card. This is probably some climate shit. And it's like the whole world is obsessive and given a very specific direction. And it probably is around climate. That's just the feel that I get when I look at these Wands cards. But here, what really happens is that in the two is someone like they've been trying to dig a hole in the earth and the earth is really hard where they're trying to dig, and they keep breaking their shovels, and at this point they take two broken shovels and tie them together, and look at that, they make a new tool, and an effective tool. So this is like solving some sort of old problem, fueling the devil and the obsessive nature, and here it just turns into fucking madness. um Interesting. Well, it looks like the world that they inherit won't be boring, and they will have, we'll move these guys back here, they will have a very clear objective. So I get, that might be good. It'll probably be terrible, to be honest. So let's just pull another card. This is kind of like a spiritual card that I'm going to pull out of here, and this is more like, is this terrible, or like what kind of comes out of it? The Queen of Cups. This has come up in a few readings. The Queen of Cups is the loving, devoted mother energy. So this shows a lot of care and devotion. And here, she's got her hand and she's holding it under the cup, to catch every drop. And she's like the light in the darkness to the people around her. So it looks like the Queen of Cups is saying that this is kind of done out of love and devotion. But the way that it shows up is obsession, obsessive energy, very singular focus. And like, honestly, people that are worried about the one world government type thing and worried about like the Great Reset and all the shit that the World Economic Forum said that they predict by 2030, I'm pretty sure this kind of shows all of that stuff. And the Queen of Cups is showing that the nature of the changes and the nature of the world, or at least the goal, is not an evil one. It's done out of love. Um, and the way it shows up is like this. And it looks like maybe people don't necessarily react really well to this sort of instruction and obsession. It looks like it kind of turns them against each other in the name of love and care. Fascinating. I'm going to pull one card because when we look at all of that Great Reset stuff, it's like, in the future, there won't really be property in the way that we know of that today. And that did kind of show up in a reading that I did previously about it as well. Like, basically, the children wouldn't inherit anything from their parents, and they wouldn't have anything to pass down to their children. So let's just look at this sort of property type thing and see what we get. And so the Eight of Swords, I mean, this would show that it wouldn't necessarily like disappear. It would just kind of be trapped, So it would be like arrested development, as they say. But the Eight of Swords, as far as like if property kind of works the same as it does today, the Eight of Swords would say probably not. It's like ownership would kind of be trapped in some way, um, but not forever. Like here, the person is trapped in the tower, and the moon is fucking with their head, but the sun is coming up, so it does show like a temporary thing. But this is interesting. I'm gonna pull one more card, right? Just for like the people who have kids. What can we do to prepare the children for the world that they are going to inherit? Like, what skill would be the best for them to have? We get the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is just like hanging out with your friends. The Three of Cups is happiness. Now, all three of these people got swallowed by this fish. And here they work their way out together. Now, that might be going back to this stuff, right? The singular purpose and the devil. The common trial that they all share is getting swallowed by this fish. And here, together, they work their way out and they're celebrating. So, this is being able to appreciate a bond that you have with other people that basically came through a shared hardship, but it's the ability to like have fun and like relax. You know, it's emotionally happy. I mean, this is kind of like be happy, but it's also to be happy with the people around you that you are going through the same shit with. And that's probably because of this. And it, like whatever the instructions that people get in the world that the children today inherit, it looks like it will tend to set them against each other. And the greatest skill that they could have is the ability to be cool with each other and realize the bonds that they share, um, and the ability to just like be cool with each other and like celebrate instead of fighting. So that's what we get here. If you have any comments or whatever, just feel free to leave a comment. Any questions or whatever. If you do have any requests for other readings or other aspects of this reading even to look at, let me know, and peace.